welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, into the Banshee Cup. My name is Bahamut. Thank you all for joining me. I hope you're having a fantastic Saturday. We have got our final best of 3 of the day coming at you. Team Dynouh versus Team Sven. Excuse me. Team Dynouh versus Team Sven. We got some housekeeping to do, and then we'll start talking about the all of this. Beach? Oh no, I live up in the mountains where I barely get cell service in my house. There's no way I could do a beach stream. But we got Battlefield of Eternity, map number 1. Let's get through our housekeeping really quickly. This is the Meta Madness style of draft. Heroes that are picked and played are unavailable for future maps in this best of the 3 series. There are no tournament baseline bans. Heroes that are banned at the top of the screen do not add to that list. They only pertain to the current map draft. Excuse me. So our first ban onto Lucio. So a Noob could be played in map 2 or 3, depending if we make it to that map 3 and if he's not banned away. We do have the bounty system, and that is you have to pick, play, and win with Butcher, Cho'Gall, Nova, Asmodan, Gazlo, Murky, Probius, Valyria, Kel'Thuzad, Convection, Kael'thas, Hunt, Illidan, Nidus, Zagara, Twin Blades, Varian, Monstrosity, Abathur, Longboat Vikings, Longboat Raid Vikings. There's the duo of Stitches, Alexstrasza with the level 1 Globe talents. You have Lili and Chen, no talent specific, just those 2 heroes. Triple healer composition, no healer composition, and Juice Pirates, which is the Lieutenant Morales medevac backdoor onto keeps and stuff like that. What else do we want to talk about here? The bounty has a base prize pool of $1,000, and basically, as you complete bounties, you can only do 1 bounty per game, per series? I think it's per game. So you couldn't pick up like Butcher and Cho'Gall. You could do that, but you could only claim 1. So you're getting shares of the pot. So right now there are currently 5 bounties that have been completed. One of the teams actually has 2 bounties, so they get a bit more of the pot since they have 2 bounties done rather than just a singular. So that is how that works. I believe that is everything to talk about. We're in the group stage right now. Tomorrow will be the last day of group stage. Next week we get into the GSL bracket, which is going to be all best of 5s, if I'm not mistaken. Where's my GSL bracket? I have too many tabs. Too many tabs, too many cooks. Where's the GSL bracket? GSL bracket is... Does it say somewhere? GSL, all matches are best of 5 in GSL. All right, there you go. Do you have to win? Yes, you have to win the game with the bounty. So last series, there was a Gazlo on one side and a Hunt Illidan on the other. And so the team that won gets that bounty. So, yes. Housekeeping. What kind of establishment is this? We have a Blaze Chromie Lucio on the right-hand side. Li Ming Hanzo on the left for Battlefield of Eternity. Any Artanis pickers. Sylvanas will be banned away. Don't want to deal with her siege potential amplification. Probably Team Sven looks at a Varian. I mean, Varian Chromie Blaze is a nice combo. And then you could look up, you could look into some sort of auto attacker for some sustained damage into the Immortal, like a Greymane potentially. My wife is an orthopedic nurse who's taking care of folks. Oh, Yanther. Well, cheers to your wife doing really good work, because that's not easy to do still. Ah! I thought Team Sven was gonna go for the Varian. It works well with their composition, but looks like that'll be a target ban or a removal of Varian. But even then, like, Darkwolf has played really good Garrosh. They had a really good Muradin. I think we saw the Diablo earlier as well. So Team Dynouh with a stellar draft right now. They're gonna flex on their last pick healer. Anduin's still up and available, so you can see a Light Bomb Diablo. I actually love the idea of the Anduin here. You have that Leap of Faith to get away from the Blaze Burst potential. Garrosh will be grabbed here. So... And there's that auto attacker Greymane that I was hoping for. Hersheywood, thanks for the follow. Glad you're enjoying the content, bud. What do they want to round this out with? What's our last pick going to be?
Anna checking in.
So they're going Ana. Nano boosted Li Ming. Nano boosted Lightning Breath is a thing, but it's probably nano boosted Li Ming. All right, pretty good draft. Let's see how it all works out. Gamble is up and available. Let's go ahead and get on into it. Here we go. Map number 1 in our fourth best of 3 of the day. We've got Team Dynouh on the left-hand side with a Dynouh Li Ming. We've got a Hyde on Urel. Dark Wolf will be your Diablo. Darnowski is playing that Ana. And we'll see Jaden on the Hanzo. Right side of the map, it's going to be Team Sven. Sven playing your Blaze. We've got a Aether on Greymane, Nano Chromie. Aryan is going to be your Garrosh, and Captain Rex is going to be that Lucio. Gamble is going. Let's see what happens here. She's moved to a different position teaching. Like, spine injuries are just they're just not a joke, man. They're just, I always say this. I don't wish a spine injury on my worst enemy, and that's the truth. I wouldn't want to wish this on my worst enemy. I'd rather, you know what? They can step on Legos every day. They can get some, they can get food poisoning. Not a spine injury. I would never wish this on anyone. Oh, Blaze in top lane, putting a little bit of pressure onto Urel here. No big deal as we take a peek down into bottom lane. Yay, indeed, Chromie. We got the Deep Breathing level 1, Warbreaker as well, Simba Geometry for the Hanzo, Diablo going into Soul Shield as the Groundbreaker connects on to Hanzo. Jaden getting low here, able to get the natural agility over the wall. Greymane so very low, but no kill to be had. What about your best enemy? My best enemy and I can go get tacos. When I went to the kitchen last, I was thinking literally, I was like, you know what I should try and get tomorrow? Pizza and wings. Like, usually I just get pizza and then I go, man, I wish I could have wings. I should find a good pizza place that has wings as well. There's one around here that I need to try out. I haven't tried it in ages. Diablo getting moved around right there, but he's gonna answer back with a Shadow Charge over power combo of his own. No level 4, no Soul to Flame, but it does feel like that's the direction we're going to be heading into with this Diablo. Darnowski on this Ana, just poking out here and there. Or at least just autoing. Chromie going to be going into the Adhoral Anomaly, so more time traps to be placed out by her. Didn't go into... oh, wait, hold on. Solo laners rotating in from the top lane. We've got a decent fight in this bottom right now. No kills, though. Still a killless game as our gamble continues to go. 9,400 on Team Dynouh, 1,500 on Team Sven. We got odds, which is always nice to be had. And Blaze will work his way back towards top lane as we have this camp on the left started by Dynouh. Hanzo gonna jump in here and help out as Dynouh's getting a little bit low on HP. And the Immortals spawn on the east-west positioning, or north-south positioning, sorry. They'll swap to the east-west later on in this objective phase at the second point, but 4s on both sides, deliberate, okay, I can't say the word today. Debilitating dart, there we go. I don't know why my brain keeps wanting to say deliberating. Just a very argumentative dart. Alright, so the objective phase is up. Blaze is pushing up top lane a little bit. Urel just going to back away safely. Hyde, yeah, Hyde still sticks around in top lane, doing their best to manage up against the Blaze. Hanzo, Dynouh, excuse me, Hanzo and Li Ming start working on this Immortal here. Down below, the same can be said about Team Sven. Well, it's midpoint here. We'll see who's going to be... Oh, wait, hold on. Toss onto Dynouh, able to blink away. Jet propulsion from Blaze as Dynouh runs through all the sand on 150 HP, and Greymane's thrown in. First blood goes over to the side of Team Sven, and now Darnovsky on this Ana is trying to give them the loop here, but it's not going to work out. A double kill goes over to the side of Team Sven early on. Nicely done. And they get the Immortal as well. Team Sven looking to crack the armor of the god that is Team Dynouh. Speaking of gods, this upcoming Friday, we're going to be watching 300 in Discord. As well as the following Friday, we're watching Fast and Furious Tokyo Drift, one of my favorite Fast and Furious movies. Yes, I like multiple Fast and Furious movies. Seven advantage over on the right-hand side. Dynouh died because of your bet. Oh, it's all your fault, Elite Sparkle. I knew it. It's all your fault. Make a Reddit post. Sleep Dart goes fishing for someone. Greymane and her Beast still active, trying to poke onto the minion wave here. Oh, what just happened? Okay, all right. What is going on? Okay, so, what? Wait, what? Why? All right, so my game just changed monitors. Wonderful. Okay, my game is on the wrong monitor now. This is... Something went super duper weird. All right, give me a second. Let me see if I can fix this really, really fast. Let me see if I can fix this really, really fast. All right, we fixed it really fast. That's what I get. I was messing around with some settings in the background. There was like a monitor refresh setting, and I was like, oh, let me push this button before the game starts. It turned off my monitor for like 5 minutes. And then I went to turn my monitor back on, and it just decided, oh, would you like your game to be on somewhere else? Smart monitor, yeah. Well, in its defense, I don't know. I think the refresh actually helped out a little bit, because there was something weird happening every so often. It was like a screen tear. Made the sad beep noise. All right. Distractions aside, 10 Talontiers here. Everything should be working normally. We've got Temporal Loop already picked up by Chromie, but the Bunker, High Five, Cursed Bullet, as well as the Warlord's Challenge. Diablo and crew pick up the last bit of experience needed in the bottom lane, as we currently have massive damage onto the Immortal on the left-hand side. Garrosh gets the Toss Warlord's Challenge combo onto Hanzo, who's now afflicted by a Temporal Loop. Dark Wolf getting really low, and Hanzo does go down. Chromie done with her level 1. High Five from Lucio. Blaze gets the Jet Propulsion onto Dynouh, who does go down, and now Dark Wolf being chased. Hyde trying to get out of here. Righteous Hammer to push back the enemy, but it's not enough. Greymane is able to close the distance, and Diablo, he picks up souls, but he immediately dies, and yay! Chromie, exactly. Nano has a hotkey button for the Chromie voice line. I'm calling it. Wave of Force, Nano Boost, Ardent Defender for Yrel, Lightning Breath Diablo, and a Dragon's Arrow for Hanzo. As I mentioned, Nano Boosted Lightning Breath is a thing. We could see that. Now, Nano Boosted Li Ming is probably stronger, but you know what? Sometimes you lose your Li Ming. And you'd like the spell power applied, but that's going to be a toss combo onto Diablo. He takes a Jet Propulsion to the spine. Ooh-wee, that lower back's got to be hurting. Nano boost onto Li Ming as the Lightning Breath is activated by Diablo, but he's not able to do more than take down the Bunker. And this Immortal, I believe this is the second Immortal of the game, moving in through top lane. Time-wise, it seems like it's the second Immortal, but I wasn't really fully paying attention, I'm gonna be honest. I was messing with the monitor changes. 6-0 in kills, and Team Sven are on a tear trying to take down Team Dynouh here. Dynouh with the arcane orbs being thrown out here and there. 13 talent to your advantage, almost in favor of Team Sven. And if you're wondering where that experience is coming from, about 3,600 from just the heroic kills. That might be even more now as the Cursed Bullet Warlord Challenge combo goes out onto Diablo. He's body blocked to oblivion. And he does go down. Another chunk of experience over to the side of Team Sven, who are going to be moving closer to that 13 talent tier and creating a larger gap between these two teams in experience. All right. Quick clear and grab onto this camp for the top lane. Li Ming and friends will safely clear out the top wave near their fort, or where the fort used to be. But as I mentioned, good chunky level lead yields the 13. You've got the collision course, one of my favorite Lucio 13s, the heavy casters, allows you to get that 0.5 stun. Greymane will pick up the on the prowl. We've got the defensive measures for Garrosh, and last but not least, the timeout for Chromie. They're immortal, so it's the same one. I mean, you make a fair point there. You make a fair point, Elite Sparkle. Sonic Arrow is out. Garrosh pinged, or at least seen there. Still half a level to go for 13, and yeah, they want to wait for these waves to crash into a safe area, so at least if there's a gank potential, you're near the keep front gate and you have a short distance to retreat to. Okay, east-west positioning. These are going to be immortals on race side, as we have naturally have the vision for the blue team. So if I were to swap, you'd see the little axe, the shield turn to axes. Get full zoom out. Here's the Greymane. Oh wait, hold on. No, the fight breaks out. That's an Indomitable from our Garrosh as Lucio tries to say, oh no! Beautiful Dragon's Arrow into Li Ming resets. That's Chromie throwing a time trap down, trying to create some space. Jaden, I don't know about that jump in there, bud. So Hanzo a little too eager right there. Will go down. The camp in top lane is pushing in, but the second half of the Immortals looking good to Team Dynouh. Though Sven is poking. Chromie, Greymane, they might want to jump in here. Hyde taking a handful of damage. Dropping below 50%, but does have that Ardent Defender up and available. Still, camp in top lane, pushing onto the keep. Immortal getting really low here. Garrosh and Lucio working their way in. Diablo gets a Shadow Charge onto Blaze. Dynouh trying to throw a combo out from the high side of this. And will be not scouted out, actually. Links over the wall. They're not going to be able to trade into Dynouh. Dynouh will be able to get this Immortal burn down faster. But this is going to be a very weak shield. Now, granted, Dark Wolf trying to get out of here. Does Diablo have souls? 85 souls. Groundbreaker connects, and Diablo's going to be falling here as the top lane Fallen Shaman did get a lot of value onto this keep. Down to around a third of its HP, maybe a quarter. And still, advantage over to the side of Team Sven as they're half a level to go for 16. And this Immortal will get little to no value in bottom lane. I mean, the shielding's already dropped before it moves near the fort front gate. Blaze, Lucio, Garrosh going to rotate out of here. So this will be a bit more value from the Immortal just because they don't have that extra damage. Now, Blaze, Garrosh, they're not the craziest damage dealers, but still. Damage is damage. Goodbye, Ana. Good rotation to top lane. Hyde. Hold back by the Ardent. Oh my god. Just Ardent Defender. Either like, Hyde was like, either I can't press Ardent Defender or there's no point in wasting a 2-minute cooldown right now. Top lane keep is going to go down. Are they looking to end? Team Sven, 12 minutes, 48 seconds. Aryan was considering it. The Garrosh player was like, yeah, we can go core. Li Ming, Hearthing out of bottom. Next Immortal phase will be spawning in the race positions once again on the east and west. Yeah, because the axe is over on the right-hand side when we swap to red vision. We've got that Seasoned Soldier for the Garrosh level 16 Executioner Greymane, up the frequency for Lucio, thermal protection. A lot of thermal protection for our Blazes. No Juggernaut plating at 16. We did have one Juggernaut plating earlier, but it's just been a lot of thermal protection for the Blaze players out here. Camp will be grabbed, but it probably gets cleared out as it enters bottom lane wave. Like, there's really not a lot for Team Sven to do outside of maybe, like, set up a gank bush or something, or a party bush. But even then, yeah, I think the focus is just kind of shove these waves up. Chromie does get some poke damage onto this bottom lane keep front gate. And now if the Immortal goes over to the side of Team Sven, they will have the Immortal will go to bottom lane. Well, because Immortal always goes to the more well-defended lane, and top lane has no keep. Bottom lane does, so that's some simple math we can do. Math is a struggle since I did have an NA education, but we can do that math.
There is no escaping light.
Alright, so we'll see traded first phase. Hyde with the channel holding the Righteous Hammer, but I think this is more zoning than anything.
Find another way.
Alarian taking a lot of damage from Team Sven here. First half is won out by our red squad. They're poking at this camp, but they decide, you know what? We should probably focus on the objective phasing. 16's on both sides. Garrosh lands the Groundbreaker. Did finish out the level 1 already. Blaze on the left over here, looking for a flank onto Li Ming or something. Will be scouted up by Hyde immediately. Top lane has double catapult pushing in. No periodic catapult pressure to match, so this top lane wave is going to constantly crash in favor for the side of Team Sven. So the longer this is delayed, the better it is for Team Sven, as Diablo takes a whole heckload of damage. A Dragon's Arrow goes in from Hanzo as well. Li Ming can't land the Arcane Orb, and Dynouh, who is nano boosted, is poking at the enemy, but everyone playing it really respectfully against that nano-boosted Li Ming, waiting for that to expire. Catapults have arrived towards the core. It still is early, so the catapults aren't super-duper strong. Actually, take a look here really quickly. Catapults are dealing 532 damage into structures, 266 standard, with over 1,000 HP, 1,105. Lucio in the house! Temporal loop onto the Ardent Defender Yrel. Time stop onto 2. Dynouh's able to blink away. Toss onto Dark Wolf. The Diablo's trying to fire stomp his way through this, as he's going to overpower, and he gets a lot of healing out from the Ana with the active reload. It's just not enough to keep Diablo alive. Now, he does have souls. He has respawned. He's back over here. It doesn't look like he's going to focus onto that minion wave in top. And a full fire stomp build for the Diablo, as we are in our second phase of the Immortal. Chromie poking here and there. More catapults arriving through top lane. These, they are scaling. Timeout onto this Yrel. She doesn't have Ardent Defender, and she gets deleted immediately. Toss onto Diablo. He does go down as well. Dynouh with the nano boost is trying to trade and will be able to do so into Greymane. I said Dark Wolf was dead, but somehow the Diablo is still alive with those fire stomps, and I can't believe it. Jaden gets the kill into Chromie. Lucio in the house. Captain Rex wants the kill, but he can't close the distance. This is super risky, Captain Rex.
Blue team's core is under attack.
Blaze back, pings onto the Immortal. Hanzo's got great race potential here, and it looks like this... Oh, there's a weird interaction right there. Diablo being thrown away. Okay. Jet propulsion from Blaze. Wait, the Immortal spin is pretty good onto Dark Wolf as well. If they could kill Diablo, that'd be nice. Sleep Dart goes wide. Lucio amps it up. Revert Lucio in the house! What a game indeed. Alright, so this Immortal, a little healthier, a little stronger. Let's check out Alarian's big bad stats. 24,200 HP. Around 8k shielding, which is already being annihilated. But the big thing to note is into structures, 1,724 damage. But, ooh, actually, this is a really good trade here in bottom lane. The Immortal won't take down the fort. Garrosh is down here by himself. I don't know about this. Garrosh, why?
Thus ends my assault.
Top lane fort is saved. Bottom lane fort is saved still. So, consistent catapult pressure with no periodic. Meanwhile, in bottom lane, there's at least the keep here, so you have just the periodic catapult pressure. 20s here on the right-hand side, Titanic Might, Gilnean Roulette. So you reduce the Curse Bullet from 35 to 30%, but it has a 6-second cooldown now. Every 6 seconds, 30% of the current health pool. Mixing Fire, Lucio, we've got a Burn Notice Blaze, no Fortified Bunker. Everyone knows that Fortified Bunker wins games. Stuck in a loop for Chromie. Nope. Top lane fort will go down. At least there's that. Decent wave in top. Needs to be managed. Looks like Yrel will be the one to deal with that. Dynouh and friends pushing things up a little bit further onto the keep front gate, and Sven easily clears this out. Or chases?
Prepare yourselves. I will reach your position shortly.
Just jump on this vision here really quickly.
See with your eyes. Danger is near.
Yep. Good intuition coming out from the side of Team Dynouh. Like, the enemy team is setting up to chase us down. Let's go ahead and just back off safely and let the Sonic Arrow get some vision for us. All right, 20s are here. Talrash's Elements. We've got the Nano Infusion, Seraphim, Hellgate, as well as the Bullseye. Righteous Hammer onto Sven. Rel jumping out right now. Pressure onto the Immortal. Looks like it's just going to be a race between both sides, but the first half should go over to the side of Team Sven. 5 to 15 in kills, favoring our right side team. Team Dynouh, though, clawing back in the later game. 5 to 15 in kills, but it's about a 4,000 difference in experience. That's kind of wild. In just that department, there's other differences. As it's 20 to 21. Jet Propulsion from Blaze says hello to Yrel. All heroics drop cooldown. Actually, never mind. Warlord's Challenge, Curse Bullet, and Diablo is dead. We've got a very low Lucio traded here. Dynouh with the Nano Infusion is going to be healing up a bit. The Ardent Defender activated by Yrel. So we've got a Lucio Diablo. Diablo didn't have souls, so he's not able to buy back in or respawn here. 2 seconds on Curse Bullet. Top lane catapults are arriving here, and these catapults are really starting to get heavy in damage. 800 damage into structures currently, 400 standard. Garrosh looking for the flank, doesn't land the Groundbreaker. Self-cleanse from Yrel. Ardent Defender was used already, and Hyde is getting chunked here, trying to get away. Use the Righteous Hammer speed augment from the level 7 Righteous Momentum to get away. Bops back onto the Blaze to push him back. Fallen Shaman in bottom lane to be cleared up by Greymane, and the Immortals are on defensive sides. Red on the right, blue on the left. Yrel clears out the top lane wave. Greymane works on bottom really quickly. Scatters from Hanzo trying to scout the enemy. Dynouh trying to throw in combos. He's right on top of a time trap, but Chromie will not activate it just yet. Time trap does activate. Groundbreaker not connecting onto Dynouh, but it will onto Hyde. Curse Bullet, as Hyde is going to be able to use the Seraphim. Gets pulled back in by the Stuck in a Loop. Dragon's Arrow will connect onto Chromie, but it's Yrel, the first one to go down. Bunker activated by the Blaze. Diablo's here into the mix. Sven very low, and so is Garrosh. He gets the high five from Lucio. Curse Bullet onto Dark Wolf, chunking for 30%. And the scatters and the poke is good enough from Dynouh and friends to take down this Immortal. Globes will be stolen away. Sven's going to full reset before this. Actually, they don't steal any of the globes. All right. 93% on this core on the left-hand side. 22 minutes in. The Immortal Alarian checking stats once again. 2,044 damage into structures. 28,950 points of HP. And there was some shielding. I didn't see how much they had, how much the Immortal had. But if Team Dynouh can find a couple kills here, could look to push on to Corb. Arion steps out. There's a high five from Lucio with the mixing fire. Hellgate from Diablo. He is going to go down. The Immortal is... I don't think they care about the Immortal. I think you go for win condition here. Diablo dead for 60 seconds. Yrel just now respawning. Lucio trying to get the dismount, but doesn't want to gap away from his team. Blaze clears the wave in bottom. And I think this map continues. I don't think we're done just yet, everybody. Map 1 in this final best 3, providing to be a real barn burner. Real fun series here so far. Real fun map. Alright, so bottom lane keep is going to fall immediately. Or not really immediately, but it's going to fall here. I don't think they can defend this. Enough damage rocketing in through the lane. Diablo dead for 13 still. Impalers are arriving, but no, they don't want to end off of this. Greymane has discovered Li Ming. She'll blink away. Temporal Loop onto Hyde. Ardent Defender is available. Seraphim will be used. But it's stuck in a loop level 20. Big Dragon's Arrow from Hanzo! Warlord's challenge onto the nano-boosted Li Ming. That's a huge kill just as Diablo respawns. Hyde gets chunky. Alien Cocktail almost splashes through for the kill. Mid tower was taken out by a catapult or something at some point right there. I think I'm too city to know Barn Burner. It's like, you know, Barn Burner, just like, it's a crazy matchup. It's really exciting. Just a phrase. Rolls off the tongue. We got a real block party on our hands. See, that doesn't really roll off the tongue, does it? Core is falling a little bit, is starting to fall here. Team Sven, they're looking like it's gonna be a map number 1 over to Team Sven. They hold on and they play it well. GG, well played. I literally heard Pig, the StarCraft 2 caster, he used Barn Burner a couple months ago during an ESL cast. Barn Burner, noun, informal, North America. An event, typically a sport contest that is very exciting or intense. She won a barn burner of a debate against the party leader. I like how they use sport and then they give a debate example. Yeah, debating is a sport. Ah, sure. Yeah, that tower stays. That tower stays. All right. Let's pay out the people. Choose outcome. Team Sven did win. Nice big payout for the Sven believers. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. The ads are done, and we're getting ready for what could be the final map of the day. Now, I will be back tomorrow casting more of these games, so if you had a good if you're having a good time, now's a wonderful moment to remind you all that if you're enjoying the stream, be sure to drop a follow. If you would like to support the stream further, it's very much appreciated. These VODs do go up on YouTube. I'll probably start editing VODs today or tomorrow. I might as well just edit them today and let the renderings run all afternoon. But yeah, we have Banshee Cup Qualifier 2 and 3. Those are already going up on YouTube. Last weekend we had 4 and 5. I had to miss 4 though because I was still recovering from the spine injection. So that is that's that. So I have to edit number 5. I'll edit number 6 today as well. So as I said, if you're having a good time here on Twitch, be sure to drop a follow. If you want to support further, it's much appreciated. We full-time stream. I stream 6 days a week. Monday is my only day off. As I said, I am dealing with a spine injury, so I have taken a couple extra days off here and there. But aside from that, we have a great consistent schedule. We do a bunch of different games. HOTS is a good core of our entertainment. And as always, if you're watching on YouTube, be sure to like and subscribe so we can grow the YouTube page. If we hit 1,000 subs on YouTube, we can monetize the channel, which helps us out a ton. So every little bit helps us out if you'd like to do so. If not, you're a big poo-poo butt and Bandit doesn't like you. First pick, Johanna for the side of Team Sven here on Dragonshire, map number 2. We have got a Hogger, Medivh, Maiev, Rexar ban. As I had mentioned before, this is the Meta Madness style of draft, so the previous 10 heroes you just saw on map number 1, Battlefield of Eternity, Hanzo, Li Ming, Ana, etc., all of those are unavailable. So we will get a Muradin and a Dahaka with the Johanna. Am I lagging? So we'll get the solid solo lane. We'll get a great tank for the members of Team Dynouh, and they'll start to flex the rest of their draft after this mid-ban phase. Johanna and what? It was Li Ming and... Not Li Ming. It was Ana and... I forget, what was the healer in map number 1? I'm blanking. It was Anduin? No. But I was wondering if they were going to consider any sort of light bomb composition with the Johanna maybe falling sword, but we haven't really seen that in a long time. Johanna, Sylvanas, Rhaegar. It's a really simple... Oh, it's Lucio. It was Lucio because he was amping it up. But either way, ban-wise, what do they want to get rid of? Maybe target a solo laner up against Dahaka. This, ooh. Okay, they get rid of Hammer. Sven has like a really good Sonya in his repertoire. Don't know if he's gonna prioritize that or not. I wouldn't mind the Sonya up against the Dahaka. I think Sonya on a map like Dragonshire holds the top lane pretty well. Her wave clear is good. Camp clear is good. I wouldn't mind the Sonya, and I think Sven's got a really strong one. Tracer being banned away. Okay, so they're going to get rid of... that's probably a target ban onto Dynouh, I think. Alright, so they're going to want some sort of healer with CC... honestly, an Anduin would not be bad. The Chastise with the Primal Grasp, Impale, Stormbolt, Drag. I actually think that Anduin would be a really good pick into this, but what do they actually want to go to? It's a Tyrande. I've had a lot of Tyrande today, and I am loving it. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. Love a good Tyrande. All right, so last two picks on the right-hand side, Johanna, Sylvanas, Rhaegar. Going to need a solo lane up against the Dahaka. As I mentioned, I like the Sonya. I don't think it's a hypercarry Sylvanas. I think we get some sort of like some sort of mage would be really nice here, like a Gul'dan to poke. Jaina burst ability could be huge. A lot of Zagara. All right, a lot of Zagara today too. Okay, so Zagara will be grabbed. It's an interesting draft. How do they want to round this out on the left-hand side? Is it a hypercarry Kerrigan? Do they look for more CC with an Imperius or something? Or are they just going to go pick up, okay. Genji grabbed. That rounds out the draft. Let's get into it. Excuse me. Could be the final game of the day. Let's get a nice gamble going on for all of you at home. Here we go. Could be the final gamble of the day. Get your channel points in. Do you think Team Sven can 2-0 it? Can Team Dynouh start the reverse sweep? We'll go ahead and showcase the Tyrande Sentinel, but first, let's introduce our players.
Heroes, prepare for combat.
Aether Johanna for the side of Team Sven. As I mentioned, looking for that 2-0. Nano on the Zagara with the best skin and color variation. Personally, best one. Best one. Ariane will be your Sylvanas, Sven on the Chen, and we've got a Captain Rex playing your Rhaegar. Left-hand side of the map is going to be Team Dynouh looking to take us to a map number 3 through Dragonshire with Dark Wolf playing Muradin, Hyde on the Dahaka. Dynouh will be playing the Genji, Jaden on the Kerrigan, and Darnowski will be your Tyrande with a Sentinel hitting Aether point blank. All right, well, if the Sentinel hitting sways your vote, get your gambles in. Agile Dismount, you've got the block stacks for Muradin, Fury of the Swarm for Kerrigan, Lunar Blaze for Tyrande, already getting one stack on that one. Dahaka with the enhanced agility, Zagara with Bile Drop, you've got Shield Glare for Johanna, Might of the Banshee Queen on Sylvanas, Totem level 1 for Rhaegar, and the level 1 for Chen is going to be that freshest ingredients, a good synergy with the level 4, and we'll check on all that a little bit later. We've got 5,400 on Team Dynouh. Any believers on Team Sven making this a 2-0 series? Any believers on this being a 2-0 as the big condemn comes through? No level 4 subdue to be picked up, and a lot of damage going on to the Tyrande. She is able to heal through this, and nobody drops. That is quite wild to me. As Dahaka was considering jumping down here, or rotating down here, big Tyrande Lunar Flare onto Captain Rex, who does go down. Dynouh will be traded. Condemn, slowing, Jaden. Oh my god!
Triple kill!
Early on for Team Sven as the Black Arrows are activated. Dark Wolf steps out. Very low. Aether on this Johanna is playing with a bit of fire with no healing around, but it seems like Johanna's not too worried about it. Trait for Muradin does kick in. Dahaka moves to top lane, and that is a heck load of damage in bottom here as Nano will hearth out for full mana on the Zagara. Nicely done, as the Sun Shrine is going to be held by Dahaka in the top, Moon Shrine held by the members of Team Sven. There you go, chat. You still got a good amount of time to get a gamble in if you believe that triple kill sways things early on. It's 1,000 extra experience. I guess technically it's 700 more experience if we're doing some math right there. Rhaegar bites onto the butt of Dynouh, who activates his deflect, and it's going to be Rhaegar the one to go down. A shield glare thrown out right at the end of this, and that'll be the end of our scuffle there. We do have a Dragonite available in mid lane, but no one for the channel. Sylvanas and Chen in top lane push things up into the fort front gate. Meanwhile, in mid, Iron Skin is activated, and Aether's able to stagger away with 200 and something HP. Chen drinks up a bit of brew. Sylvanas was pushing up the top lane wave with those black arrows. Meanwhile, down in bottom lane, Nano trying to wiggle away and does manage to do so. Captain Rex with the heal, with the chain heal, as well as a tap onto the well. Dino's Hearth canceled out. Zagara continues to throw some Banelings out. She does have a creep on this objective area, so she does have some extra vision onto the enemy. Hyde will be showing in top lane, getting that channel. Siege Giants to be grabbed for the bottom lane. Meanwhile, there's still this one bruiser pushing top, and they did take down the fort front gate as Sven will go ahead and grab the Sun Shrine. Genji grabs the Moon Shrine. We're all over the place on this one right now. And Venom Spine's level 4. You actually saw that extra damage onto Dino's health bar really quickly as Zagara throws out so much creep. Man, you gotta spread those creep tumors around. Hold the phone, the burst, the dive. It's not enough to take down Captain Rex. Sentinel did not connect either, but it wouldn't have been enough to get a kill as the Dragonite picked up by the side of Team Sven. They kicked Dahaka over the wall. Hyde, is there a rotation onto Hyde? He burrows, he tanks one tower shot, starts Hearthing in the bush, but the enemy is rotated in. Can Aether and friends get the kill? Zagara auto attacks are coming through. Hyde lands the drag. There's a Lunar Flare from Tyrande. Now Dark Wolf is in a precarious position, able to Dwarf Toss out. Meanwhile, the Dragonite in mid lane gets some decent damage with the Sylvanas inside. Kick on to Jaden here on this Kerrigan. Team Dynouh looking like they taking damage on all fronts, top, mid, and bottom. Wow. Genji just trying to pressure onto the Johanna as more Banelings are being delivered by Nano. Mid lane, Dragonite gets the fort confirmed. Oh, wait. Yeah, they get the fort confirmed. But Sven's in a really awkward spot. He joined in to try and help the ally and didn't really need to. He uses the sidewall to get away, and nicely done. Let's cycle through the other numbers, ladies and gentlemen, as the 10 talents here will be popping up at the top of our screen. First for the side of Team Sven. Lunar Flare went fishing right there from Tyrande. Johanna just gonna rotate into bottom, clear out the minions. Zagara, Rhaegar will finish out the camp in bottom. Camp for the top lane grabbed here as the Sentinel scouts out 2 in bottom lane. Muradin finds Sylvanas Chen in mid, but that's really about it as the Dwarf launches out. Wailing Arrow, Blessed Shield, Nidus Network Zagara! That's a bounty right there. If Team Sven can win this game, they get a bounty on Nidus Network Zagara. Ancestral Healing and Wandering Keg are going to be the pickups here. And this bottom lane fort shall be seized by the side of Team Sven. Meanwhile, Sven, trying not to pop Wandering Keg here, does have to use it, pushes Dark Wolf around, and Dark Wolf is able to disengage. Siege Giants, are they going to invade these? Some Banelings say yes, and so does the positioning of Sylvanas Johanna. Sentinel from Tyrande scouts this out. 10 talents here picked up by the side of Team Dynouh. Dahaka is still pushing top lane. Camp is grabbed and stolen away. X-Strike Genji, Ultralist for Kerrigan, Starfall, Isolation, and Muradin Avatar. As the Dwarf tosses over, looking for the Stormbolt, can't find it. Meanwhile, in top lane, Sven drinks up some brew. Looks like he tapped the well. And our second objective phase is up and available here. Team Sven, can they grab another Dragonite and make work of more structures onto the enemy side? We're going to find out here in just a moment. And if you're wondering, well, we're kind of in the lull of the game. We've got 50 Shuriken stacks for Genji, 65 Sharpened Blades for the Kerrigan. She's getting close to finishing that out. 8 stacks on the Lunar Blaze. It's not that big of a deal because you really want that passive, that 30% range increase. The damage increase is nice. Dahaka Enhanced Agility, 3 out of 10 stacks, so he's not even mount speed yet. Zagara, Bile Drop level 7, 3 out of 12. Doesn't have the extra Roach spawn. Festering Wounds for Sylvanas. We've got no Subdone for the Johanna. Genji putting the pressure on to Sven here, but he pops the Elusive Brawler from level 7, and he's able to back away, yeah. It's just under mount... No, it is mount speed. It's mount speed for 2 seconds after activating. What is actually the cooldown augment? Evade basic attacks for 2 seconds. Shen basic attacks reduce the cooldown by 2 seconds, right? It's 50-second cooldown. Okay. Things are pushing in. Team Dynouh lost a couple structures, but still have their top lane fort. Zagara and Nidus network being spread through top and bottom. And nothing back at the Hall of Storms, but not really needed because the being inside the Nidus does heal you up for a good chunk of mana and HP quickly. 10% health and mana per second. Dark Wolf condemned, slowed down as the Dwarf toss away. And I think they're just waiting for that 13 to sort of trickle in. Hyde as the channel in bottom. Lunar Flare, Stormbolt, a lot of damage onto this Johanna. Possession from Sylvanas' level 4 steals away a couple minions. Uh-oh, Zagara over in the top lane will go down. Muradin and Genji able to chase into her. Big condemn from the Johanna. Wandering Keg pushes back Darnowski. And Kerrigan. This Wandering Keg feels a little awkward right now. Good cleanse onto Chen. And he'll be able to get, with the help of Rhaegar, get the kill onto Tyrande. Sven gets the Ancestor healing as Muradin tries to Dwarf toss away, haunting away from Sylvanas. Dahaka burrows under the ground with the Lurker Strain and also does have that Essence. Muradin trying to flank over here. Sylvanas once again stealing a few minions with that Possession level 4. Zagara's back. She moves down to bottom lane. Did have that Nidus in the Hall of Storms. And the Nidus in bottom allowing her to sneak down here quickly. Is there a chase on to... Oh, wait. Sylvanas activates the Haunting Wave, but will not use the Windrunner to chase in further. Dark Wolf in the flank here. No Haymaker on the Muradin. Zagara working her way into this. That's a Wandering Keg from Chen, but the Extract from Genji takes down the Sylvanas. And now it's disengaged from Team Sven, who bit off way more than they can chew. This is definitely going to be a kill onto Rhaegar. Captain Rex just doesn't have enough. Sven flying kicks away, and he's able to disengage. But a couple kills here to the side of Team Dynouh. That'll rally the spirits as well as rally the experience for this blue squad. 5-5 in kills, but it's going to be 1,300 experience in favor for Team Dynouh. Granted, we still have pretty close parity in experience overall because the mercenary difference, minion difference, passive difference. So there's a few things kind of just adding up, subtracting here and there. But all in all, the math is leading to a fairly close game between both these teams in map number 2 of our fourth best of 3 of the day. Lot of really good action today, and thank you all for hanging out. Hope you're enjoying this game and cheering on your wonderful, wonderful Here's the Storm players. Another Nidus in mid for Zagara here. She's got a Nidus in top, mid, bottom, and back at the Hall of Storm, so nice Nidus spread. Granted, as we were talking about experience, this is starting to sway over to the side of Team Dynouh, who are looking to close into 16 faster. Genji jumps over, looking to pressure onto Aether with some Shurikens. Already finished out Shuriken Mastery, has the Shin Gun 13. Wave and Dragonite and top are pushing in here. Dragonite is starting to drop a little low, and Tyranda's the one inside. There's no allies around. Actually, no, Dark Wolf is here. Bless you from the Johanna going out. Lunar Flare from Tyrande connecting onto 2. 14 stacks for her. And it looks like it's going to be a safe defense in mid and top. No structures to be lost. Siege Giants were hit by the Genji Swift Strike out. It is 16 talent to your advantage. Do they really want to invade this camp? I don't know. I mean, they're so split. Kerrigan, Genji over here. Muradin's poking, and I think that's as much as he's able to do. Okay. More possession from Sylvanas. Zagara poking out with some Baneling. Still has all of her Niduses around the map. 16s are here on both sides. Will of the Forsaken, that Holy Renewal, Corrosive Saliva for the Zagara. She actually went into the Spell Shield level 13. Flying Leap for the Chen. Increase the flying kicks range by 15% and reduces cooldown by 0.5 seconds each time an enemy hero takes damage from being ignited. Looks like yeah, I think they cleared out the Nidus in top lane. Mid lane looks like it was lost as well. Zagara and Johanna grab this camp for bottom lane. Objective phase should be announced fairly soon. Top lane fort looks like it might be falling. It definitely is going to be falling. Pretty decent wave in top and bottom lane being pushed in. Hyde steps out and is like, wait a second, there's too many enemies here. I'm going to go ahead and just back away. There's the announcement of the Dragonite. Kerrigan hearthing out of top lane. Murden moving through mid. I do believe he's seen in the minion wave. Zagara creep will also show him as well. I'm on the wrong vision. There you go. A lot of damage onto the Dahaka. Burrows underground. Lurker Strain bops back the enemy and pops some essence as well. Starfall from the Tyrande is more of a wave clear tool here as the sidewalls kind of create a bit of a choke point. Genji jumps out. Swift strikes away. Murden in the bush for the flank. Flying kick from Chen. Darkwolf takes a lot of damage, has to get away. Bless Shield from the Johanna being ripped as well. We've got an X-Strike onto Nano, who gets the Ancestor healing in time. Darkwolf activates that avatar as the Wandering Keg zones a few enemies. Can they take down Darkwolf here? Does not look like the Murden shall fall as he does tap well. And lets his trait kick in. Kerrigan with the combo onto the wall here. Tyrande Lunar Flare not connecting. Now here comes Sylvanas with some decent damage. Hyde and Kerrigan go down. Black arrows from Sylvanas. What's the cooldown? It's off. Cool. Black arrows activated by the Sylvanas. Darkwolf trying to defend here. This is super duper risky. If Darkwolf goes down, this could be game. I mean, this could be game ending right here. Dynouh jumps in. Activates Deflect, Swift strikes out, Darkwolf low, Dwarf tosses out as well, Catapult is here, Core Shielding starting to fall. Team Sven, they want this map number 2. Can they end things here and now? Dynouh, they're pinging onto Nano. Wandering Keg pushes a few enemies into the corner. Dynouh is going to be annihilated by Sylvanas. Darnovsky on the right is going to be zoned by Captain Rex. Murden Dwarf tossing in, trying to focus onto Zagara, who's got not a whole lot of mana, but hey, you still got auto attacks, and Darnovsky drops a Starfall. The Earthgrass Totem slows things down, and that will be your Tyrande to fall. Kerrigan has respawned, so does Dahaka. The core shielding is dropped. The core HP is getting low. No, this is the same can be said about many of the Sven members here. 61%. Zagara jumps out of the Nidus with some full HP and a little bit of extra mana. Finishes out her level 7 Bile drop. Darkwolf with like 60-something HP, I think. Core shielding still gone. 50%. This is the slow burn onto the Team Dynouh's core, but I think Team Sven has done it. They take the 2-0 up against Team Dynouh. GG, well played. That's perfect. I'm out of tea. Alrighty, everybody. That is, unfortunately, the end of our stream today. That is all the streaming I got going on for all of you.